New Zealand bush looked threatening to the early settlers, even though there were no noxious animals, snakes or other creepy crawlies to scare the newcomers. There were no deciduous trees, therefore no colour change in the autumn. Greens all the year round, with a white overlay of clematis, gold crowns of kauai in the spring, and the scarlet of kakabeak in the summer. As the native bush was cleared and the forest giants felled to make way for farms and settlements, homesick newcomers planted oaks, chestnuts, and the ornamentals they were used to at their homes in the Northern Hemisphere. Fortunately, before the native forest cover disappeared completely, a halt was called to indiscriminate felling, and young natives are thriving in second growth areas. Native trees are finding favour in city parks and also in private plantings as shelter and garden specimens. The Forest Research Institute in Rotorua was established to discover which types of trees were able to be grown commercially on the pumice soils of the Central Plateau of the North Island. Various species were planted in what is now the Waka Rererewa forest. Larch, a deciduous conifer, turns golden in autumn and shows the soft lacy green of new growth in September. The eucalypts, of which many species were planted, scent the air at all times. The stately redwoods entice the weary traveller to wander the trails and marvel at the tall straight trees with the native ferns growing underneath. Pinus radiata, another import, has proved to be the cash crop that the scientists and foresters were looking for. Today, at the nursery gardens at the Institute, pines are grown from seed and also from tissue culture as the search for the perfect pine is continued. As the felling proceeds of the mature forests, more and more trees are raised in nursery beds to supply the demand for forestry plantings on privately owned properties and leased land. The young trees in this nursery are grown from both seed and tissue culture in raised beds for easier removal for permanent planting. Radiata and eucalypts at 12 months and Douglas fir at 2 years is the normal pattern. Farmers are planting plots of trees where cattle and sheep used to graze, and as a consequence the hills are a checkerboard of green as the rows march on. Fortunately, blocks of native bush have been fenced off from farm animals and poison laid to halt the depredations of the opossum, an Australian import which has made itself at home, so much so that the green has given way to brown in heavily infested areas. These little pests have acquired a taste for the sugar-rich tips of the pahutakawa and other natives, and judging by the speed this one is demolishing an apple, it is no wonder the bush comes off second best. Now that they have been declared a noxious pest, strenuous efforts are being made to eliminate them, or at least to substantially reduce their numbers. Over the year, the greens delight the eyes and satisfy the senses. The surprises come in autumn. With a change of temperature, there's a change in colour: gold, scarlet, and russet. As the leaves fall and the bare trees rest over the winter months, we remember the promise of the year. If winter comes, can spring be far behind?